Hello, my name is Lindsay Del Bosque, and this is my QPR training practice video. So I borrowed this slideshow off of a pre-existing, pre-made PowerPoint that was provided by the QPR website. I hope that is acceptable, and please forgive me because I know I'm going to sound possibly like a bumbling fool at certain points, but we'll get through it. So I have this video. I know you've seen it because I saw it on your PowerPoint. Uh, so I'll just skip through that. But typically, this is the moment where obviously I would play that. And I played it. All right, so first of all, QPR is not intended to be a form of counseling or treatment. It just offers hope through action. The way I like to describe QPR is it's more of a triage, a CPR. Right now, someone needs help, so what are we going to do about it? We're going to directly ask, are you having suicidal ideations? Question, persuade, refer. So we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties there, which happens. So I'm going to talk about some suicide myths and facts right now. And of course, you can see on the screen, but one of the ones that I know that I've heard talked about most often is, aren't you putting ideas in somebody's head if you ask them, in a straightforward manner about suicide? Are you thinking about suicide, as I just mentioned? But no, in fact, asking someone directly about suicide, it lowers anxiety. It kind of opens up those lines of communication and can, in fact, make them more comfortable talking about it and therefore receiving help. Okay, only experts can prevent suicide. QPR tells us that it's everybody's responsibility to educate themselves and be able to reach out and provide that life raft of hope and resources and help. So if we all were educated in something as simple as QPR and just being willing to say, hey, do you need help? And here's how I can help you. We can talk about it. Or here's who you can talk to. That would significantly decrease the suicide rates. So another myth, once a person decides to complete suicide, there's nothing anyone can do to stop them. The fact is that suicide is the most preventable kind of death, and almost any positive action may save a life. Even if it's just, something as simple as opening up, sitting next to them, letting them know that someone's there, someone cares, and you can talk to me. Warning signs. Suicide warning signs may be direct or indirect. So something a little bit more direct is, saying, I'm going to kill myself, abusing substances, strong wish to die, preoccupied with death, current talk of suicide, making a plan. Also, yes, direct warning signs. Like I said, I've decided to kill myself. That's telling you right there, I'm going to, of course, we talked about not saying commit suicide, complete suicide, but things like that, just very direct. There's no second guessing it. There's no saying, well, maybe, no. That's when you need to jump in and take action immediately. But there's also some other things, some indirect clues that can also be an indication of suicidal thoughts or ideologies. I'm tired with life. I can't go on. My family would be better without me. Pretty soon you won't have to worry about me. Things like that. Behavioral clues. Acquiring guns, acquiring a way to go through with that suicide, complete suicide, giving away prized possessions, relapse after recovery, drug or alcohol abuse, anger, irritability, hopelessness, you know, situational clues, family problems, losing a job, loss of any major relationship, death of a friend or family, especially if it's by suicide. So those are some things you need to watch out for. Also terminal illness, maybe if there are financial problems or legal issues that may cause them to have some major consequences like jail time or loss of a house, things like that. Major, what seems to be like life-altering situational circumstances. So here are some other areas of concerns and signs of distress. Changes in sleep, headaches. This says there may not be suicide warning signs, but may indicate the onset of a mental illness. So you can start there if you notice any of these things, disappointment or rejection, decline in academic performance, things like that. Okay, so tips for asking the actual question. When in doubt, don't wait, just ask. Open up that line of communication. Talk to the person in a private setting. I really like that one because, people don't necessarily want to feel cornered, or, it is sort of a taboo subject, which we're working to make that false, but maybe some people might feel embarrassed about it or not willing to open up in a public place, or may feel judged, This says have your resources handy, QPR card, phone numbers, counselor's name, and any other information that might help, which is great. But if you're in the situation that you don't hesitate to ask, are you thinking about completing suicide? Are you thinking about suicide? And like I said, persuade and refer would follow that. Don't let any of these circumstances keep you from asking the question. Start somewhere, start anywhere, but start. Q, question. Of course, we just talked about less direct approach. Have you been unhappy lately? Do you ever wish you could go to sleep and never wake up? Which, of course, this does initiate the conversation. Maybe if people are feeling a little awkward, a little intimidated by the hey, you're going to commit suicide, maybe you can lead into it this way, but be more direct if possible. Let's see. How not to ask the question. This is actually very important. You're not suicidal, are you? Which comes off as sort of judgmental, and it kind of only leaves the person you're asking open to saying, oh, no. So of course you don't want that. You want to sound open and honest and caring and, open, like I said, to help, non-judgmental. Persuade. So we're on to the P now. How to persuade somebody to stay alive. Listen to the problem and give them your full attention. Suicide is not the problem, only the solution to a perceived insoluble problem. Do not rush to judgment. Again, the judgment thing is really big. Make sure you make them feel supported and, offer hope in any form. That's another good one. Will you go with me to get help? Will you let me help you get help? Will you promise me not to kill yourself until we found you some help? Your willingness to listen and to help can rekindle hope and makes all the difference. Sometimes that's all somebody needs, just to know that, look, I'm open to having the conversation with you. I'm willing to get you help. I care. All those good things. Your willingness to listen and to help can rekindle hope. Hope makes all the difference. R, refer. So suicidal people often believe that they cannot be helped, so you may have to do more. The best referral involves taking the person directly to someone who can help. Hey, get in the car, let's go right now, or get on the phone. I will call with you. I will sit, I'll hold your hand, I'll tell you what to say. Just be supportive. Whatever you need, I'll be there. And just make sure that they do get on the phone and take that first step to receiving the help that they need. I'll drive you to the appointment, whatever. The third best referral is to give referral information and try to get a good faith commitment. Again, so, and if you can't get an immediate commitment, then just, like it says, make the promise. Promise me you won't hurt yourself until we can get you adequate help. Suicidal young people often believe they cannot be helped. Okay, we just talked about that. If the person refuses help, you may need to get others involved. While arranging help, stay with the person. Remember, since almost all efforts to persuade someone to live instead of attempt suicide will be met with agreement and relief, don't hesitate to get involved or take the lead. So again, QPR is all about kind of getting in there, like I said, a triage or a CPR type approach. Something needs to happen right now. I see the warning signs, indirect, direct, behavioral, situational. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to say something right now. So don't hesitate. For effective QPR, you can say things like, I want you to live, I'm on your side, we'll get through this. Get others involved. Ask the person who else might help. Family, friends, brothers, sisters, pastors, priest, rabbi, bishop, physician. Which, of course, you get in there first. Don't wait for others' support. But if they can't, get past that first step of seeking help, then maybe you can reach out to some of those other resources and get other people involved. But don't wait until, do it now. When you apply QPR, you plant the seeds of hope. More help prevents suicide. My contact information is ldelbosque@mcneese.edu, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.